Hey everybody, welcome to the warbossfitz channel, and today we are going to be going over the Discord submissions we had for our monthly painting contest for the month of April 2025. Now, if you guys don't know what we do here, every month I put up a painting thread on my Discord, and then at the end of the month we get everyone's pictures together and we show them off for the community. Now, even though I call this a painting contest, the winner is going to be randomized at the end. So let's go ahead and start off. All of these are in alphabetical order of the Discord name of the person who painted them. So we're going to start off with Bacon Golem. It looks like he used a Stormcast Eternal model to be part of his Eternal Warden's army for Age Fantasy. And I very much like the gritty realism that he's been able to get here with the distressed metallics and all over wash, giving it that grim dark look. Very impressive. Good job, Bacon Golem. And then next we have Caedmon, also with Eternal Wardens, and this time he has a lot of Griff Riders. Like a lot of Griff Riders. They all look like they are coming out very nicely. Again, with a bit of gritty realism look to them. The metal looks distressed. They look like they are ready to march off to war. So good job, Caedmon. The next we have Creaky Baby with a very large beetle submission. This is a beetle with a ballista on its back. Really good use of the striking colors on there, coupled with the muted shell that goes up into the war machine. Very excellent looking. Good job, Creaky Baby. Next we have Deadly Tofu with this thing. It's definitely an alien hive type thing of some type. Very good use of the coconut crab paint style there in the back, using the stippling techniques. Contrasted very well with the darker blue looking fur and antenna. This thing just looks scary. Ooh, good job, Deadly Tofu. And next we have Face Eater showing up with these wonderfully bright high elf fleet models. Looking very nice there. And then it goes into some halflings. I especially like the chef that is using the cauldron as a weapon. And then he showed us his, it's too early in the video for me to say what I'm thinking. Looking really good. And then we have an Iron Pig, which came out pretty darn good. Face Eater, I like it. Good job. Next, we have Frog Wizard going for extra points, painting up the orcs. In his first picture here, it looks like a wonderful grouping of heroes. A couple shaman, a couple of docks, and then it looks like a war boss right in the middle. And then the next picture, working on a biker team, looking good. I really like the way they came out. I like the bases too, how they integrate into the models well. I mean, I can never say that orcs look bad ever, but Frog Wizard, you did pretty good with these. Good job. Next we have Gravity Dog with a whole bunch more lizards, and then it looks like a couple of steampunk cat girl snipers over there. Okay. Gravity Dog again comes through with his bright greens for his lizard. They look good. There's like a hit of nostalgia when I look at this army. The bone pale colored armor contrasts very nicely with the green, and then the chameleons with the yellow striping on the head. I like the way that looks. Good job, Gravity Dog. And then we got Greg getting into some Trench Crusade. And how do you get into Trench Crusade? Well, you build some trenches. So here we have the work production of the trench itself. And then the next picture we have is some Trench Crusaders here. Now these are the base models that I used for my heavier Trench Pilgrims in the OPR version that I made. And I like the colors that he started using on those. And in the next picture, we get to see those completed. Well, we didn't really get a close-up of them, but we have the completed trench, the completed Trench Pilgrims, or whatever he's using those as. Everything here looks great. Good job, Greg. Next, we have Hizog, and here we have some Robot Legions. This looks like it's a firefight team. And it looks like they just came out of the ground. We got some rust going on. We got some bright cloaks on them, looking pretty good. Then we have a Alien Hives team for firefight. This is broke up into a couple of pictures. We got some assault grunts here. That purple looks great. And then we have some Soul Snatchers Again, the purple and the green combo here looks really nice. And then we have some warriors. Those look like they will finish up nicely. So good job, Hizog. Next, we got Magic Mira, and she has been dazzling the Discord with all kinds of creations. I don't know what army this is for, but I think this looks, one, great, and two, terrifying. It's a centipede dragon lizard. Oh God. Next we have a owl bear, I think. Really good looking owl bear with a couple of different ice tokens. Again, not sure, but everything here looks good. Then we have a Dwarven team here, a couple of steam suits. Looks like a ranger. I mean, they look good. They look real good. And then next we have the penguin barbarian thing there on the side. Mira, if you're watching this, put down in the comments where you are getting these models from, because these are definitely something else. I really like what you're doing here. And then the last picture here is a group shot. It looks like we got some penguins. We got some I don't even know what those are at the front. I want to say furballs, but I don't know. We got walruses. We got a orca in the back. And then another owl bear thing. This is all great looking. This has got to be for a Beastman army. I don't know where all these slot in there, and that makes it even better. I love it when good looking proxy models hit the board. Good job, Magic Mira. Next, we got Mitch Match, and it looks like he's going for, well, this one here, definitely going for Master Blaster. Oh, you get extra points for that. And then we have a unit of cultist-like models. Okay, look good. I like the peaked helmets, the peaked leather helmets that are probably made out of human skin. And then we have a whole group shot here. We got a couple groups of cultist-looking things. We got Master Blaster in the middle, and then a big guy in the back. Like I said, I don't know what army this is for. He probably wrote it down, but I'm an orc. I can barely read as it is. But maybe some infected colonies. Either way, looks great. Good job, Mitch Match. And then we have Mr. Mean with a black dragon. Now, from this angle, he didn't get everything in there, but you could just tell that he made a nice piece of terrain for it. It came out pretty good with the purples and the blacks. And then the next picture, kind of out of focus in the front, but you can see it is a little bit more dynamic than it looked in the first picture. So, Mr. Mean, great job. Then we have Noah is Cool with his Human Defense Force army that is focusing on all the robots. So here we have the first group of walkers, and his paint jobs on these are superb. No notes. Everything looks great from the armor color going into the bases, your accent color, everything is great. The next picture, we can see the walkers, the ogres, the grunts, and then one squad in the front. This is one of those armies that if you take it to a tournament or a painting event, it is either going to win or place for the painting award. Excellent. Noah is cool. You're doing a great job. And then one last thing here, he put up a picture of some Vinci robots, and just the contrast, just look at those. Oh, it's great. The basing brings it all together along with the green glow of the eyes. Awesome looking. Next up, we have Timothy, who has some Tau this month. Looks like we got a stealth team here. Again, putting the models with some good basing, it just knocks them up to the next level. Excellent contrast with the eye sensors against the green armor. And then next we have a unit of fire warriors. Again, excellent basing. Pretty good contrast going on there as well. And then he sent in a group shot on a piece of terrain, which looks like it came out of a magazine. Overall, excellent job. No notes. Good job, Timothy. Then we have Riverboat Sam with a smattering of different OPR figures here. We got some Human Defense Force, and then we have a elf sniper, and then a very magenta-looking robot legion. There must be a story behind all these. It's got to be something like a firefight team with a couple of mercenaries attached to it. Everything here looks great. Good job, Riverboat Sam. And then we have Set a Dragon, who brought out an entire Blessed Sisters army. So going over them one unit at a time, here we have the bikers, excellent looking bikers. And then we have the missile tank. Here is a High Sister exosuit. I just love the color contrasting you got going on with like the yellow, the blue, and the purple. Then we have a unit of Guardians, I think they are, with their shields and spears. A unit of Jump Pack Sisters. The purple on the wings definitely jumps right out at you. I bet those will look great on the board. And then we have a full group shot. So, full-blown armies. Looking great. Good job, Set a Dragon. Then we got some more Trench Crusade stuff. Here we got Silent with Black Grail. Here's a group shot. Everything here looking great, looking sufficiently disgusting. That Plague Knight looks good and dusty and rusty the way it should. Excellent looking. And then next we have a close-up on one of his models that just show how sufficiently disgusting it is. All these models look like they're going to fit in a Trench Crusade just perfectly. They hit the right notes. Good job, Silent. Next, we have Slayer 1139-2 or Slayer 11392 with some Deep Hive. So it looks like we got some angry shrimp. I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. It's probably a custom army list, but either way, they look very alien. They look very nautical. They look great. Good job, Slayer. The next we have Smooticus, who again has given us quite a few pictures of awesome looking models. Here we have a unit of ranged horsemen. I especially like the diversity in all the different horses and all the different armors, showing that they are coherent, but they are all individuals. Next we have a unit of crossbowmen, looking really good there. Again, the basing definitely adds an awful lot to the army, along with some crisp details we got in there. Then we have a unit of Vinci Brutes, and they look great. The very striking contrast between the darker metal and then the lances that are red and yellow. It looks excellent. And then we have a unit of Vinci Snipers with their great crossbows. Again, details on these look amazing. And finally, a unit of Vinci Robots. Unlike our last unit of Vinci Robots, these guys look like they're very worn and beaten. They look like they've been fighting for a long time. Excellent look for them. Good job, Smooticus. I always like seeing what you bring to the table every month. Oh, and finally, we got a couple of steam tanks. Next, we have that guy with some Emperor's Children that he's been working on. I'm glad that he showed close-ups on these because all of these have a crazy amount of detail on them. So here's one unit, but let's look at some close-ups. Here we got some Noise Marines with the long-barreled guns. I can't remember what these are. I think these might be Blastmasters, but don't quote me on it. Excellent use of just crazy patterning. Looking great. Then we have another unit of long-barreled guys. I love how they're all different, but they're all coherent at the same time. They're all generally the same color, but they all have their own individualized pieces. And next we have the command section. We have what looks like a captain and a banner guy. And then I really appreciate you gave a close-up on that banner because, wow, that looks amazing. And then finally we have a unit of the short-barreled noise weapons. Again, going on the same theme of crazy colors and crazy patterns, but everything looks like it belongs. Good job, that guy. Looking forward to more. Then we have Thule, and it looks like this is a lot of A Song of Ice and Fire minis. They all look excellent. They all look like they came off of the show. I don't know much about A Song of Ice and Fire models or game, but looks like you're having fun with it. Good job, Thule. And then he also had this, looks like a work in production. I'm not sure. Ice Giant? Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but either way, it looks like it's coming out great. Then we have Warstork, who showed up with an entire phalanx of spear skeletons. They definitely look good in the classic Khemri color schemes. And then next, we have a single High Elf Fleet jet bike that is sufficiently loud colored and colored very well. So good job, Warstork. Can't wait to see what else you bring up. And then finally, we have Juggernaut 7, who has an entire army of, I want to say, Blessed Sisters, or these could be used as any of the different Battle Brothers. I'm not sure what models he used, but they all look good. So here we have a support squad with the double barrel melter guns. And as we go throughout, I really like the snow bases that were used. Next, we have a bolt gun squad, looks like with a standard bearer. The lighter color armor, along with the blue and yellow, looks excellent. Then we have a close combat squad. These all look great. I mean, no notes on these. You've done a really good job with them. Then we have a pistol close combat squad, again with a standard bearer. And again, all the colors look great. All the painting looks great. Bases look good. Yeah, excellent looking army. Then we have a hero with a speared shield, looking great. I like the fur that she's got going on there. And then finally, he brought a couple of tanks to the battlefield. And here we have them. It looks like they got some fusion guns. And then the next set, we have a tank cannon and some heavy machine guns. Looking great. So now we're going to go to the wheel. And everybody who is on the wheel is somebody who sent in pictures onto the Discord, and this is how we're going to choose our winner. So here we go. And our winner this month is going to be Gravity Dog, even though I misspelled your name on there. So, Gravity Dog, you are going to be receiving a message from me, and we're going to talk about what you are going to get for your prize for this month. So, thank you everybody who participated in this month. All the threads have been removed, and now the contest for March has already started. Hope to see you there. One last thing before I go, I've been convinced to run a tournament for one-page rules. We're going to be doing a Grimdark Future tournament in August, on August 9th. Here is the splash page for it. If you guys want any more information, go ahead and head over to the warbossfitz Discord, linked down in the comments, and check it out. So that'll do it for me tonight. I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are, and make sure you keep your brushes wet. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.